I love movies. Welcome to another conversation. If you've been here before, welcome back. If it's your first time here, welcome. For the month of February, we are doing just the five takes. This is bringing a whole bunch of new people in. So, movie lovers of all walks of life. But tonight, this is one that I'm really looking forward to. As our friend the monkey says, guess the KB needs no explanation. The mid-level wife of frustration. After the vinegar syndrome scare, she felt done. But by the end of the stream, she would be asking Ken, when can we watch one? I'm glad this is making her laugh in the back room, so I'm going to bring in it's Michelle from Marriedwood Media.
Hello, hello. Wow, I wasn't expecting a little poetry.
Yeah, it
That's
rhymed and
awesome.
everything.
I know. How clever. How clever. Hey everybody. Thanks for having me, KB. I'm really excited to be here.
Yeah, I'm happy you're here. Like I was mentioning, it took a couple times and we're gonna have you and Ken on, but this is better. This is
It's
much
better.
better. It is much better. This is like crowning your week's achievements. So I'll
Right,
just
right.
put it like that. Um, the way we always do this is we start with a non-movie question. We get into the movie stuff because we're movie lovers. And then the main reason we're here, we end like we always do with the five takes. Before we start, we're going to see who's in the chat. People showed up early, needless to say. There's Tony saying hi to us. Uh, we got Holland Oates, the better half of Married with Media. I hope Ken's not watching this.
Right, right. Mel said the same thing last night, so
Yeah, yeah. We'll get into that in a few. What's up, Dementia Scott? Spicy 4K action saying hello. Hey, hey,
hello.
hey. We got Huck in the house. Huck's Pop Culture Cafe, a member of the Lost Girls in the house. Great audit with Ken, by the way.
Hey, Huck.
Awesome. We got Adrian James here as always saying hey.
Hello.
We got our friend Gus.
Gus.
Gus. How's it
Lots
going?
of familiar faces.
I know, that's a great thing.
Mm-hmm.
I love when he says that. Hi, chatty people. I have to let you know the monkey actually recommended you to when he did his conversation. That was his number five. He mentioned
Oh,
the two of you. So I,
I'm
I
gonna
guess
have
he,
to I'll have to go watch it. I haven't watched that one.
yeah, he likes
That's
the
cool.
the dynamic between you two. I get so.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Emmett's in the house. He asked, "How did you and Ken meet?"
So technically we went to high school together, but we never like knew each other. So like we actually met online. It was back in the AOL chat days.
Yes,
We met through a friend of a friend. So we started chatting online. And then we're like, oh yeah, you go to my high school too. So
that's so funny, and
it
it just
is.
came back together.
Yeah.
We got your Lost Girl sister Mika in the house. What's up, sis?
Mika.
We got Jeff K. Good evening. Cody in the house, reminding everyone, don't forget to roundhouse kick that like button. Thank you, sir. Who's this guy?
Who
Saying
is
what's up,
that?
everyone. I don't know. I don't know. We got Mama Blu-ray. Good evening. Saying
Hello.
hello. We got Laren in the house. What's up, dude? Haven't seen you in a while. Another lost girl. Hey, Susan.
Hey, Sue.
Good to see you. Everyone saying hello to each other. This guy says, just up here with the kids while Michelle is down there playing and talking movies. Hmm.
How does it feel?
Yeah, I was about to say, sounds very familiar to what you do all the time.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah.
But
Last night before I was about to go live, our daughter came down and
hmm
she wasn't wanting to go back up. And I'm like, you gotta go up. Mommy's going live. And I
hmm
told Ken, I'm like, that would never happen if you came down here because they literally don't care what you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's your turn to take care of the kids tonight.
All
We're
right.
hanging out. Yes, the Lost Girls are here. I love it.
Woohoo.
Yeah, we had a great time watching it too. It was a really great episode. Uh, as Cody says, it was fun to watch. Boom, 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 boom. Saying hello, hello. All right. So Marius is here. Hello. Don't want to
Hello.
miss anybody. So, my first question for you, if anyone watched our stories for this on Instagram, you may have heard a familiar sound.
Mm-hmm.
We know that you're a Swiftie.
Right.
So my number two question is always name some of your favorite films. So in this case, I'm going to say, what are some of your favorite Tay-Tay songs?
Oh, that's a good question.
She's got quite a
Um,
catalog now, so
she
lots to
does. She
choose from.
does. Yeah. So I just a little side thing about her is I didn't like her when she was like country. Like
Me
I
neither.
haven't, yeah, I haven't been like a Taylor Swift fan like since the beginning or anything.
Yeah.
I would say that I got into her music, um, kind of in the red album that she did, and
hmm
then I think it was the 1989. I think that one came next. I would say I got like really into it 1989.
Yeah.
That's when I went to a concert of hers for the first time. I've seen her twice,
Okay.
um, and they're fantastic, but fantastic concerts. But let me see, what are some of my favorite songs? Oh, I really like 22. I don't know about you, but I'm
Yeah,
feeling 22. It's just like so catchy. And even
it
though
is.
I'm way past being 22, it's fun to pretend that I'm, a little 22-year-old again.
Yeah, you start
And
singing it and then you're just taken back.
yeah, it's just so catchy. And then so I like 22. Gosh, I'm trying to think. Um, uh, I think the song is called Invisible String. That's a really good one.
Mhm.
Um, I'm not gonna, like start singing all the songs or anything.
Appreciate that.
But yeah. And then I don't know, on her the Willow one that she did before the one that she just came out with.
hmm
There's one on there that is about her grandmother that passed away. Um, and now I'm drawing a blank of what it's called, but it's like it's super emotional. And I remember when I first heard it, I cried, because I lost my one of
Oh,
my grandmothers a few years ago. And so anyway, it just like really, resonated with me. So
I
but
hear
yeah,
you.
she's got a lot of bangers for sure.
Yeah, for real. And I mean, she's selling out arenas for a reason, so she definitely
Yeah.
has her fans. I'm really a big fan of this new album, Midnights. Like it was like I listened to it day one, and my daughter's like, "You did?" I was like, "Yeah, it's
It's
really
funny.
good." And he's like,
Yeah,
"You think so?" I was like, "Yeah."
that's so funny.
I was in a record store 2 weekends ago, and I was like, "What do you think I'm gonna get?" And they're like, "Midnights. You're gonna get the Midnights album."
And you did?
I did not. I
You did
did
not.
not.
Okay.
I
But
was
they were
thinking
just
about
guessing.
it though.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. They had like four different colored vinyls, so
Yeah, they do. She had like different editions. They're very cool. Yeah.
hmm yeah. Um, we were saying before, you've had a busy week. I mean, you had the audit with Ken, you had what to watch on your own channel. What else? Last night you had the premiere of The Lost Girls. That was
Yep.
great. And now you're here tonight. Are you
Yeah.
enjoying all this increase in the YouTube activity and can we expect more?
Yeah, I mean, me and Ken, we've definitely tried to kind of pick up steam, I guess, on our channel
Mm-hmm.
and do more. As you know, he has been putting out a video every day for a very long time. So
Crazy.
sometimes I know, sometimes it's a little tricky to also fit our channel in.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, just on top of a job and kids and everything. But, we have a lot of fun doing it. So, we try to fit it in there. And even though it's, kind of like work, like it's still like something that we enjoy to do together. So,
Yeah.
um, and we're going to be watching. We've always been a couple who watches movies and TV shows. So we're like, we like to talk about it. And so why not put it on
Yeah.
YouTube?
Exactly. And I mean, I think there's a lot of people like me that watches more movies than say TV, but
Hmm.
we watch your channel, you're more of a TV person, and it just makes me think like if you're going to recommend some shows to someone who's not a TV person, what are some shows that are on now that you would start them with?
Oh, that's a good question. Um, so it's not on anymore. It just finished. But if you
Hmm.
haven't seen The White Lotus on HBO, HBO Max, I guess, it is such a good show. There's 2 seasons. Have you seen The White Lotus?
I have not.
You have not, yeah. I'm sure you've heard of it though, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The buzz is like crazy. People are
Yeah.
talking about it left and right. And Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah, yeah, I like her too.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's a great show. Like the soundtrack, like the music and everything is so good. Like it makes the show. Um, so I would definitely recommend The White Lotus. And
Hmm.
I'm trying to think. Like we're watching The Last of Us also on HBO.
Yeah.
And I'm just now like getting into it. We've had 3 episodes. The first two I was kind of like, eh. But the third one was really good, and so I'm hoping that
Hmm. I've
so
I've heard this one is the best one so far.
yeah, it was really good. And then I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I don't think I can think of anything else right now that's kind of current.
Yeah. So get HBO Max and then watch
Right.
a couple of shows from there. Good.
Yes,
Good.
HBO Max is killing it. They've got a lot of good stuff.
Talking about good stuff, there's a lot of good stuff going on in the chat. I'm trying to keep up by, paying attention to what you're saying and looking
Right,
over, but
right.
it's like, oh my gosh. Uh, going back. Let me see. I think we left off around here. Yes, people saying hi to each other. Susan saying she got to support a lost girl. I saw another one pop up. Let's see. Lost Girls broke the internet last night. I don't even know how many people you had in there, but it seemed like quite a few at a certain point.
I know we broke 100 at one point.
Hmm.
We didn't keep 100, but we, got there at one point. And then I know I looked
Yeah.
at the stream earlier and it's got over 1,000 views now. So that's exciting
Awesome.
for Mel and her
Awesome.
channel and stuff too. So
Yeah. We have movies with Leo joining us. Hello.
hello.
We like new faces. Stick around. Hopefully you like what you see on the channel.
Yes,
And
for
not
sure.
only here, but Married with Media as well. Uh, we got Tony in the house. Tony, what's up, sir?
Hello.
Uh, or as his friends call him. Uh,
Tony
thought I
Meatloaf.
saw somebody else. Ah, here it is. The Red Album converted me to a Taylor Swift fan. Yeah, I think it did it for a lot of people. And then if it wasn't then, it was 89 because
Mm-hmm.
that was an album that you could not deny for sure. Uh, Look What You Made Me Do and All Songs Are the Best. Yeah, and it takes a while to get in tune with like the new songs,
Mm-hmm.
especially since we start to move away from, what you would call the hits.
Right.
Because like on this new one, I look to see which ones people star, and I'm like, well, that's not my favorite song. You know, I like the
Yep.
album cuts.
Yep. I definitely, this new one, I kind of had to, which I feel like I've been like that for a lot of, artists and stuff. You might have
Hmm.
to listen, you might have to go through the album, once or twice, and then, you're just like, a song
You
that
got to
might
live
not have
with
been
it.
your favorite, you'll end up like it'll
Hmm.
become like your favorite.
Especially as you start to hear it more and more.
Right. Yeah.
But I
It
love all
grows on
these
you.
guys coming out saying that they're Taylor Swift fans. Cody
Woohoo.
says, I became a T Swizzle fan after 1989 came out. Saw her on that tour as well. Okay. Wanted to see her on the new tour, but
That
yeah,
is
tickets
awesome.
are definitely hard to get. Not as hard as Beyonce, but you know. Oh, you knew it was coming. Gus is a Taylor hater.
That's okay. I still love you, Gus.
uh,
But
ooh, everything just reset.
you should still not condone the behavior that Kanye did to her. That was wrong.
Everybody has a moment, you know.
Yeah.
What will Ken do on Valentine's Day? She don't know.
I don't know. Normally, I think it falls on a Tuesday this year, so
Mm-hmm.
the kids will be in school. Um, and we'll both be off. So hopefully we can go out and have lunch or, something
Yeah,
like that. So
we got Coco in the house. See, you getting
Coco.
your sisters checking in from all over. I
Mm.
love it. Jeff K says, I definitely watch more movies than TV. Me too. Me too. And I'm like Susan, I will wait until like with Last of Us, I'll wait till the end of the season and then
Mm-hmm.
just binge them in
Right.
a row. You know, take a day or two and just watch them all.
Yeah. I
Um,
feel like TV is just more of a commitment,
it is,
TV
it
shows.
is.
Yeah.
You know, I watched that Hindi movie RRR
Oh, we
earlier
haven't
today.
seen that yet.
It's 3 hours long. So if
Yeah,
you're
that's
not into the
exactly.
story and you can't get with their crazy visual effects,
Yeah.
you're not going to stay for the whole 3 hours. But I'm like, I'm comfortable. The dogs are comfortable. I'm not going anywhere. I'm in for the ride.
Yeah.
Uh, Often think there's better stories than writing with television recently. Yeah, because they're writing them like mini movies or long form movies for sure.
Yeah.
That is for sure. Um, Marius didn't like Lotus. Literally nothing, and it isn't even funny. I heard it's
Um,
like is it, what do you call it? Like dark comedy?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I would say
yeah.
that.
Some people
Um,
don't like that.
yeah. That's okay. I still loved it.
Cool. Coco Dutch says, I'm a huge Taylor Swift fan as well. From day one country Taylor. Okay.
Nice.
All right. You ready to get into the five takes?
I'm ready.
This is my favorite part.
Yeah, it
All
is
right.
fun.
So, number one, name the film that made you fall in love with the movies.
Okay, so I gotta say these are good questions because they
Hmm. Thank
definitely
you.
they make you think.
Hmm.
And I've learned just from doing like our like live streams and stuff that you know you'll get hit with a random question that you're not prepared for, and I feel like I
Right.
am the worst at like thinking on the spot. So I was happy to be able to prepare.
All right.
Um, so I have to say that the Lord of the Rings is what made me like a true lover of the movies.
Oh, really?
Um, yeah, which seems like kind of late. It's definitely not like when I was a little kid or anything. The first Lord of the Rings came out in 2001, so I was like 13 or 14, I think.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't know. I can't remember what it was about the Lord of the Rings, like when I saw it being, advertised and stuff, like why I got so excited for it. But it very quickly just became like one of my teenage obsessions. I had like posters on my wall and all three of the Lord of the Rings. It became like a thing to where I would always go to the premiere for it. And it was cool because they always came out in December, which December is also my birthday month. And so, yeah, it was just the Lord of the Rings. I mean, it just has a special place in my heart. And we just recently like rewatched them with our like as a family,
Yeah.
and it had been a long time since I had seen all three of them, and it was just so awesome to like see that they still held up for me, and I still loved them just as much, if not more. And
Yeah.
it was really cool because like our kids liked it too, which is cool. So yeah, Lord of the Rings for sure. Just loved those movies.
Yeah. We would as a family we would get together annually and break out the extended editions and just
Oh,
say, "Hey, this is all we're doing today. Go through
right,
the 13 or 11 and a half hours, whatever. Get up to
right.
use the bathroom, get up to eat, but we're hunkered down
That's
in the living
awesome.
room watching it together." And it got to a point where the kids were like expecting it. And
Oh,
so,
wow.
like, when are we doing that again? So that
That's
was really
awesome.
cool. We got some Lotar lovers here. Emmett loves the Lord of the Rings movies. Um, I saw you, Adrian. Saw Return of the King at cinema. That was cool. Did the Hobbit films disappoint you? It did for me.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I didn't hate them by any means, but
Hmm.
they just weren't, quite the same. So
Yeah, I think after the epic nature of the first three films, The
yeah,
Hobbit, anything they could have done with The Hobbit would have been a not not to say it was bad films, but a letdown compared to those first three.
yeah,
And I saw the first and the third one in the movie theaters, and they really didn't need to. The books are pretty small, so that definitely didn't need to be that long.
right.
Did you like the Harry Potter films? I think we learned that last week.
So I actually haven't seen all the Harry Potter movies.
Hmm.
uh, it's not that I don't like them. I don't really know why we haven't made it a priority to watch all of them. I think
Yeah,
that we've waited so long since we've seen like the last one, which I can't even remember when we quit watching them. It just feels like we would need to go back and rewatch all of them,
yeah.
to be able to watch where we left off. And so, that's a commitment. And there's
Yeah.
just always so much to watch and
We
so little time.
we the kids wanted to see the last one in the theater, and I said I haven't seen any of them. And they
Yeah.
said, well, you should. This is how they got me to do it. They're like, you should just get them on Blu-ray. And I was like, I think I will. So I literally bought every Blu-ray of all the previous movies,
Yeah.
and then we went to see it like the Saturday matinee or whatever. So they knew what they were doing.
Right.
Lord of the Rings films were great. I enjoyed them all. Revisit every few years. Yeah, love the first trilogy. Still like the Hobbit prequels better than the Star Wars prequels. Oh my gosh. Ooh, look at that. Movies with Ryan has a question for you.
Oh gosh. Who's my celebrity crush? Uh hmm. I mean, Chris Hemsworth, you know. I
Yeah,
love him as Thor. It's kind of like a joke with me and Ken. I'm always like, Chris Hemsworth, woo.
yeah, yeah.
And then I've always loved Leonardo DiCaprio.
Great actor.
Yeah, he's like a
Great actor.
childhood crush. So I used to have his
Hmm.
posters all over my room as well. So
Yeah. Let's see. I'm convinced that Ken does audits on purpose just to get his wife ticked, I guess.
uh, yeah, I think that's what he means.
I see it as an alternative way, like how everyone does their monthly hauls. I see it as an alternative way to do that, but
Right.
also have you involved. I think it's funny. Um, Thank you for your comments, everyone. I'm trying to get back to the questions. So, number two, name five of your favorite films.
Okay, so I feel like this is kind of cheating, but obviously I'm gonna say all the Lord of the Rings. I love all of them.
Hmm.
And then another one of my favorites that I like, I'm not typically someone who re-watches movies a lot.
Hmm.
Um, there's very few movies that I will like continually go back to. And so one of them is This Is 40. And I just love that movie so much. I think it's so funny and just so relatable. And I just love it. And I'm a huge fan of Paul Rudd. And so This Is 40. And The Notebook. I
Hmm.
I'm kind of nostalgic on The Notebook. I remember Ken took me to go see it when it came out, and I literally could not quit crying when it was over. I was like crying for an hour afterwards because I was just so beside
Wow.
myself about how they, spoiler alert, pass away together. And I just, it was just so, you know, very sweet and heartbreaking at the same time. Because she
Yeah.
also has like Alzheimer's or dementia as well, and it's just very emotional.
Yeah.
And then another one of my favorites is Beetlejuice. I love Beetlejuice. It's another one that I can revisit frequently. I guess I put all these on here because, well, I don't know, maybe not all of them frequently, but Beetlejuice. I mean, Michael Keaton is fantastic as
Of course.
Beetle. Yeah, I mean, it's just, I think everybody knows. And then the last one is Titanic. It's an
Okay.
Yeah, it's another one that I'm kind of nostalgic for. It's kind of one even before Lord of the Rings, obviously. When did Titanic come out? Like 92, 93, or
Why
could be
do I
wrong.
want to say like
It
later than that? I don't know.
Maybe it was 96. That sounds right too. I'm trying to think now. Um, but like I said earlier, I was obsessed with Leonardo DiCaprio, and so just seeing him in Titanic, I just fell in love and loved it.
Yeah.
And I remember going to the theater to see it with my mom, and so yeah, Titanic's a
Yeah.
good one too.
97.
97.
97.
Okay, I was wrong about all of those
We
those
we were
guesses.
in the right decade.
Right, right.
I see all your questions. They have more questions for you than me. It's like here's an opportunity to talk to Michelle all by herself. Um, I'm gonna come to your questions in a minute, but first I have to give a shout out to Killa. What's
What's
up,
up,
Mel?
Mel?
Just had to point it out because I saw her in the house.
Yeah,
How about we get through the questions, then we'll go back to the chat.
sounds good.
Uh, everyone's favorite question is next. Number three. Name a classic movie that everybody loves. You can't
Um,
stand.
so some people might already know this, but I kind of like generalized it, but Star Wars.
Hmm.
I'm not a big Star Wars fan. It's not that, I guess it's not, well, you said that you can't stand. So I feel like that's fair. It's not that I like hate it. I
Yeah,
just don't I just don't get the hype with it. It probably has to do with just back, as far as the original ones go. I guess it was really grand and, you know, amazing back then, and so a lot of people are nostalgic for it and whatever.
hmm.
Um, but I don't know. I think that they're kind of boring. Um, and I feel like with Star Wars, I feel like people think that it's just like cool to say that they like them. That it's like, I don't know, like trendy or something to be like, I like
Hmm.
Star Wars because, it's just like so iconic, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's what I tell Ken anyway. I'm like, but do you like really like Star Wars? Like, what do you
yeah.
like about it? But I don't know. Like when we went to Disney World, I will
Hmm.
say that they made Star Wars cool in Disney World.
I'm
Like,
sure they did. I mean, that's
yeah,
a lot of mouse money invested in that franchise. They got to play it up.
yeah. Like the Star Wars rides were fun,
Hmm.
like I was fine with those. And lightsabers are cool, I guess, but
Yeah.
yeah, Star Wars just meh isn't for me.
Every generation, like you were saying, and also Coco was saying, your Lord of the Rings is her Harry Potter. I am Star Wars was my franchise, old,
Mm-hmm.
I say, single digits, seeing it for the first time in theaters,
Right.
old. So I think that's the reason why it's my franchise. But I could see like how some people are like, you know, yeah, I like it, but they're like posers or they don't have
Yeah.
their own franchise, so they just pick one.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, let's flip that question. Ooh, before I do, who did I just see in here? What's up, Dell? Dell's joining us.
Hello.
What's good? All right, so let's flip that question and go to number 4. Name a critically hated movie that you love. And you got a lot to choose from in that basement there, so.
That's true. I don't think that Ken has this one. And I feel like I've talked about this before too. But
Mhm.
um so my pick was I almost like just can't even say it, but it's Jack and Jill with Adam Sandler. um I so I was
Go
going like
ahead.
there's it's funny, right?
Yeah.
Um I like I said, I've briefly talked about this like on a live stream or something before, but there was a time, it was actually like a year ago this month that I was kind of going through a rough patch. I was just having like really bad anxiety and it was making me feel very down and, like a little depressed, and I was having a rough time for sure. And so I kind of turned to comedies during that time. I just needed to help get things off my mind, whatever was on my mind. Like, I don't even know what I was freaking out about, but yeah, comedies. And so if you turn on Netflix, they've got a lot of Adam Sandler movies on there, and Jack and Jill is one of them, or was on there anyway. And I think I had kind of seen like bits and pieces of it, but anyway, I watched it in completion. And Ken, I think he was coming home from work and saw that I was watching it, and he was like, "What are you watching?" And I'm like, "I just need to watch funny stupid stuff." And I was like, "This is funny." And he was like, "This movie gets so much crap, like you know that, right? Like people hate this movie and say it's easily Adam Sandler's worst movie." And I just don't get it. Like I don't think it's that bad. So yeah, Jack and Jill.
My kids like to tease me with that because, I'll mention like a Al Pacino classic movie,
Uh-huh.
and then they'll say, "You know what my favorite Al Pacino movie is?" And they'll mention Jack and Jill and start
Yes, he
singing the
is in it.
Dunkachino song.
Yes, that's funny. That's funny. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's pretty funny. So, yeah, I
I
love
laughed.
Adam
It was
Sandler. So,
stupid. It was stupid
yes.
fun. So
Yeah, for
I'll
sure.
admit I did laugh. Before we get to the last question, we do have questions in here. Since you first started doing Wednesday night streams, have you thought about asking for the Lost Girls to be a Wednesday night stream? I don't think, do you guys have plans to do that weekly?
No, no,
I
I
don't think
think
so.
I think that would be a little much.
Yeah, yeah,
Everybody's got their own things going on. I think we kind of decided that we're not going to make it like a scheduled thing.
yeah.
We're not going to commit to a schedule or anything. And just, if we have something that we feel like we want to, you know, get the community together for and chat about, then we'll do it. So,
That's probably best.
yeah.
Uh, favorite Leo movie?
Ooh.
Good question, Ryan.
Um, I mean, obviously Titanic. I
Hmm.
really like What's Eating Gilbert Grape. Have you ever seen that?
That is a great movie.
Yeah. Ken still has not seen it, and I keep like telling him he needs to watch it.
Yeah,
He plays a special needs kind of kid in the movie, and I mean he's just like fantastic.
definitely.
He's much younger in it, but
Hmm.
it's probably one of his earlier ones. And then let's see, I'll name one more if I can think of one. Oh, I mean, what is it called? Revolutionary Road,
Yeah,
I think is what it's
yeah.
called with Kate Winslet as well.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I remember really liking it, but it's very like heartbreaking and
Yeah,
it's kind of depressing, but like I don't know. I also remember just kind of enjoying it. So
very dramatic. Very
yeah.
dramatic. Coco says Lord of the Rings for you is Harry Potter for me. Haven't watched Lord of the Rings yet. I'm sure between you and Brian, you have it. One of those shelves there. I'm sure you could just pick it off the shelf and spend a day watching it.
Yep.
Gus says, how much would you have to spend to see you beat him up with a broom on an audit video? Talking about Ken.
Oh, I
I
don't
don't think it's
know.
that. I don't think it's that serious.
No.
A couple of things here. Miko says the Notebook is such a tearjerker. It is for real. Really sweet of Ken to take you to see the Notebook. What a swell guy.
What a swell guy.
Yeah, every man needs the Notebook in their collection for the gals. Forget the gals. This was the fellas too.
Yeah.
Gus says it's amazeball. Okay. Some comments about Star Wars here. Dell says it's okay. I guess that you don't like it. The Force is with you anyway. That's
That's
right.
funny.
It's on your husband. It's on your son. Somebody likes Star Wars. The Force is with you. See, Tony and I come from that. We saw it in the theater era, so that's why he likes it. Titanic question: do you plan on seeing it in the theaters next weekend for the 25th anniversary?
Yeah, I mean we've talked about it, but I don't know if we'll make it.
Mm.
Because I think it's like a one day thing, right?
Is it? Is it only for one? Yeah, I think I
I
saw that.
thought, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. Gus also loves Star Wars. I believe them when they say they like Star Wars, like Gus and Tony and them. I believe them, but you're right. There's a lot
Uh,
of
yeah,
franchise
if you
posers out there,
if you really love it, I get it,
but not everybody loves it.
but don't
Uh,
pretend to love it.
yeah. Talking about Disney World, Galaxy's Edge was awesome. You really feel like you're in another world. It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Especially if you get picked for them to make you a part of the show. That's fun too.
Oh, that would have been cool. Yeah, I was kind of disappointed. They didn't have like very many characters walking around when we were there. I
No?
don't know. I don't know why, but
Hmm. Enjoying the Disney Plus Star Wars shows. Some of them. Obi-Wan was not that good.
really.
Jeff, see, he's from the Indiana Jones. I mean, there's so many little franchises and then big
Mm-hmm.
ones as well. Everybody just gloms onto something. My daughter has the same opinion on Star Wars. Everyone's
Awesome.
saying hello to each other. Boom, boom, boom. Jack and Jill, the film with Jared Fogle. I don't know who that is.
I don't either.
Billy Madison is the worst. I like Billy Madison.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's.
Gilbert Grape, definitely great film. Great film. Uh, Somehow Jerry stepped in the chat. Didn't see you, bro. How's it going? Uh, there you are, saying hello. Everyone chatting to each other. Uh, Favorite Adam Sandler movie besides Jack and Jill? I think you get into a category where they all start to blend together, don't you
Yeah,
think?
they really do. Yeah. I mean, Big Daddy is
Hmm.
good. Uh, I mean, even like newer, like more serious Uncut Gems.
Yeah,
We went and saw that in theater, and I don't like. I remember kind of being like unsure of what I thought of it, but I think that I
yeah.
ended up like actually liking it. It just like
Hmm.
wasn't what I was thinking that it was going to be for some reason. I don't know what I was thinking it was going to be,
Right.
but um yeah, so
I think you have more friends than enemies, Ken. You're safe. You're safe. Uh, oh, that's good for me to know. AMC
okay,
app has Titanic playing for the week. Thanks
nice.
for letting me know, Susan. Uh, who else? Oh, they're still going on about giving Ken a beatdown. I don't know where this love-hate stuff is coming from. I love Star Wars myself. It's the toxic fans that ruin it. That's any franchise or any fandom. The longer it
Yeah.
goes on, you start to have different generations of fans. You start to have gatekeepers. It's terrible, but it happens with
Yeah.
every group of fans. Waterboy or Big Daddy would be my top Sandler. Good choices. Good choices. All right. Thank you, everyone in the chat. I love the comments. Love the questions for the most part. But to wrap this up, I'm going to ask Michelle the final one, number 5. Who would you like to see me have a conversation with on this channel?
So I'm gonna say our pal Cody from Dude Who Loves Movies.
Yes.
Yep.
Get my man Lafky in here.
Yep. I mean, he's, everybody knows who he is.
Hmm.
He's, always been a great supporter of our channel and everyone else's. He's always in the chat. And so I was really
Hmm.
excited when he finally got his own YouTube channel.
Good stuff,
Um,
too.
yeah, and his first video that he did, you talk to someone, talk like, we weren't having like these super in-depth conversations just through the chat and stuff. But I realized
Hmm.
watching his first video that there was so much I didn't know about him. That he had like a film experience and was a wrestler and all kinds of stuff. And um, so I think that YouTube is going to be great for him, because
I agree.
he has the experience with, film and editing and movies. And so, yeah, I think that people would like to hear what he's got to say.
I agree. I agree. I guess he stepped out because everyone's giving him props, but he's not replying. But we're definitely going to make that happen. We've spoken about it even before he got his channel started, but
Oh,
even
yeah.
more so now. I mean, we could just have something talking about 90s R&B for an hour before
Yeah,
we
that'd
get
be,
into the movies.
yeah.
And it's amazing how similar there he is. I'm a dude who loves Michelle's pick. Bro, let's make it happen. For real.
Do it.
Dude who loves Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. Yes. All facts, man. All real life. True.
You are
True.
welcome.
Dude who loves the Notebook. You're gonna have all kinds of names after tonight. But in the meantime, Michelle, I'm glad this happened.
Me too. Me too.
What did you think? Not too bad, right?
No, not at all. I was thinking, like we were talking before we went live,
Hmm.
I'm getting used to like not always having Ken with me. I get a little nervous. But
Understandable.
you have such a warmth about you, and you make me feel very comfortable. So it was easy.
Good. Hey Brian, hey Coco, heard that it's easy. Get on here.
Do
I
it.
want to get them on here as well. Okay, so I'd like to thank you. I'd like to thank the chat for coming on tonight. We had some more comments coming in. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Dude who loves Rock the Cradle. Yeah, another good one. Oh, Nick, dude, I almost fell asleep on the couch too. Yeah, check out the replay, man. We had a good time. Michelle, you were killing these lives for real.
Ken who?
Ken who?
That's funny.
She is ready to fly now. Facts. Ah, look at that. Showing
It's-
love, showing love. Uh, all right, we'll be in the backstage at 9 p.m. I don't know which 9 p.m. you're referring to, but I want to give it a little promotion before we get out there and do it. So hit me up on IG. We'll make it happen for sure.
yeah.
Um, oh, see, Coco, get on him. Yes, I was just telling Brian we got to get back with you to plan this. Can't wait to have you on.
Do it.
So until next time, want to thank everyone again hanging out in the chat. Share this, and I know a lot of people watch these and you appreciate it. I appreciate your feedback that you send me on Instagram and everything. But if you haven't subscribed yet, please do, or share with others so they can subscribe. I would appreciate it, and Michelle would appreciate it. You could find her on Married with Media on YouTube and also on Instagram. So look for her on there. But until the next time, go watch a movie. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye, guys.